the question, how's the market, is the question that I get asked all the time when I'm in conversation with people who know I'm in real estate, or when I meet strangers and we get to talking and they find out I'm a realtor. The question is, how's the market? And that is such a subjective answer. How's the market? Listen, personally for me, I've been in real estate 6.5 years. It has been blowing and going since I got into real estate. But what you will find is that in the rural communities, most people, especially people who have children in school, are wanting to be in a place where there's a good school. So I live in on the outskirts of Iota, which is an A school zone area. Egan Elementary, which is a pre-K through 8 school, and Evangeline Elementary, which is a pre-K through 8 school, both also A schools. Those are the places where people want to be. The call that I get all the time is, I'm looking for a home on a couple of acres of property out in the country, zoned for a good school. And so those schools are like any school, any public school that people feel like is a great school. And for the most part, those schools are those country schools like Branch and Richard and Meir, Egan, Evangeline, Iota, those rural communities. It's just where, if you were raised in a rural community, or even if you weren't, you hear great things about the schools, and those school zones are vastly important. So how's the market? If you're a buyer looking to buy in an amazing school zone, a home on a couple of acres, sadly, the inventory, as you know, is at an all-time low, but it's going to remain at an all-time low. And there's lots of reasons that go into that. Why? Because if people live in one of those areas and they have children in school, then they don't want to leave those areas. So those houses are not for sale, right? You will find that those houses in those rural communities that are zoned for great schools become for sale when their children are no longer of school age and they go off to college or something. You know, my last child has about 2 years left of college. One reason that I have stayed in Iota for so long is because my children were at the best schools that were available, right? But needs change, wants change, things change, life changes. So if you are a buyer wanting to buy in one of those rural areas, sadly, the inventory is probably always going to be low, but that says a whole lot for those communities. People don't want to leave them. People want to stay where the schools are good, the community is good. All of those things kind of go hand in hand. The great news is, if you are a potential seller, if you are thinking about selling and you own a house anywhere in what's considered to be a good school zone, you are building equity in your place every single day. So if you are a seller, or if you are a future seller thinking about selling in the next few months, the next few years, the smartest thing you can do as a seller is keep up your place. Keep it up, maintain it, because the equity in your place will continue to grow. And when you sell it, you will make really good money. Keep up your yard, keep up the appearance of your house. Listen, for example, I live on a major highway. People see my house every day they pass in front of my house. When I sell my house, and I will eventually, probably not anytime soon, but I would guess in the next probably 5 to 10 years, the equity in my home will continue to grow, because people will have seen over the years the things that I have done to keep it, to just maintain it and keep it up and keep it looking good. So if you live on a road where people see your house and you know that you are going to be selling it in the near future, it will do you lots of justice to keep your yard up, to keep your home up, to look like you're maintaining the place. Because listen, people don't forget those things. People remember those things. People in the community talk. People know, right? They know, they just know. So if you're a buyer looking to be in a great school zone, definitely align yourself with a real estate agent who you know, like, and trust. Follow them, follow my page, and keep an eye out for things that are going to be hitting the market. If you are a seller in a great school zone, you have instant equity, and you will continue to have equity, and the value of your place, if you maintain it and keep it up, will continue to grow. If you're a buyer and looking to be in certain areas, it's never going to be a good time to be a buyer, because the inventory will continue to stay low. But that's an advantage, you know, to know that if you're looking for something that's not for sale, or if it's hard to buy something in that area, that's a good thing. Listen, if you look in certain areas of Louisiana, there are always lots of houses for sale because people are leaving or wanting to leave, right? So what would I say? How's the market? It depends on if you're a buyer or a seller. If you're a seller, and if you're in a great school zone, it's always going to be a good market for you to sell. If you're a buyer looking to buy in a great school zone, it's always going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. And the question I get asked most of the time is, I want to spend $200,000 on a couple of acres in the country. Listen, that doesn't exist unless the home needs a whole lot of repairs, or if the neighbors don't keep up their place and nobody wants to live next to them, right? Or if it's in a very low flood zone. There are things that would affect that. But for the most part, a home on a couple of acres in good condition is probably closer to the 300, 400 and up price range. That's just the reality of it. And the price of real estate is going to continue to go up. So I hear lots of people say, I'm going to wait to buy till the interest rates go down. Well, that's all relative, because as the interest rates go down, if they go down, the price of real estate will continue to go up. It's not going to go down. It's just not going to. So if you are thinking about buying and you are young, you're in your maybe 20s and 30s, what you have to remember is the house you're going to buy today, if you're in your 20s and 30s, listen, possibly even your early 40s, the house you're looking to buy today is not going to be your forever home. I guarantee you. People in their 20s, 30s, early 40s, probably in the span of their lifetime will live in between anywhere 3 to 7 homes. So the first house you're looking to buy just needs to be a house that's in an area that you can live in for the next few years. It doesn't have to be your forever home. It doesn't have to be a perfect home, right? You just have to be able to live with it for right now. And something else to think about as a buyer, which is something I didn't think about until much later, is listen, our lives are so busy. Think about the amount of time that you're home. Most of the time we're working, right? We go home to sleep. We're not home most of the time. So does it really need to be a perfect home for you? Listen, there's no such thing as a perfect home. There is no such thing. So if you are thinking about buying and selling and you have no idea where to get started, remember this: there are no stupid questions in real estate. Call me, let's have a conversation, let's hash it out, ask me all your questions, and come up with a game plan, whether or not you want to buy or sell. Y'all have a fabulous day, and remember, buying and selling real estate could very well save you lots and lots and lots of money if you align yourself with a real estate agent who closes lots of transactions, number one, and number two, is great at negotiations, right? That's hugely important. Interview people before you use them. They're just in Acadiana alone, last time I checked, there were 1,300 real estate agents just in Acadiana. So interview people and choose one that fits with your personality and your needs. Y'all have a great day. Take care.